Hello everyone, this is GitHub How Today. Today's projects are Dify, an open source LLM app development platform with visual workflows and RAG pipelines to go from prototype to production. Claude Code, an agentic coding tool living in your terminal that understands your codebase and executes routine tasks via natural language. And Prompts.chat, the world's largest open-source prompt library offering curated examples for ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and more. Dify is an open-source platform for building production-ready agentic AI workflows. It lets you visually orchestrate LLM, SRAG pipelines, and tools without writing boilerplate code. Instead of stitching together LangChain scripts, you drag nodes on the canvas. User input, parameter extraction, conditional logic, iteration, and output formatting are all pre-built components. Here's a real example, a multi-platform content generator. You feed it a draft, upload reference docs or images, pick your target platforms like Twitter and LinkedIn, and it spits out tailored posts for each. The parameter extractor node normalizes messy user input. Whether someone types Twitter, LinkedIn, or post on X and Insta, it outputs a clean array like Twitter, Instagram for downstream nodes. It handles multimodal inputs natively. Images go through vision-enabled LLMs. Documents get extracted to text first, then everything merges into a unified context before generation. The iteration node loops through each platform in parallel. Inside, one Liu analyzes platform style guidelines. Another generates the actual post with structured JSON output for reliability. Finally, a template node formats the raw JSON array into readable markdown using Jinja 2. No token waste on LLM formatting, just deterministic rendering. Dify supports 50+ model providers out of the box. OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, Azure, local Llama instances, you name it. Swap models without touching your workflow logic. Deployment is straightforward. Docker Compose gets you a self-hosted instance in minutes. Environment variables configure database, Redis, and model API keys. One caveat, the visual editor abstracts away some complexity. If you need fine-grained control over retry logic or custom middleware, you'll still drop into code eventually. But for most production use cases, especially internal tools and MVPs, Dify cuts development time from weeks to hours. The plugin ecosystem keeps expanding too. Claude Code is an agentic coding tool that reads your codebase, edits files, runs commands, and integrates with your dev tools. It's available in your terminal, IDE, desktop app, and browser. You give it a task, and it works through 3 phases: gather context, take action, and verify results. This loop repeats until the job is done. It has built-in tools for file operations, search, shell execution, web access, and code intelligence. When you say fix the failing tests, Claude runs the suite, reads errors, finds the source files, edits them, and verifies the fix. Here's what it looks like in action. You type a prompt like audit and improve test coverage, and Claude starts working through your codebase. Installation is straightforward. On macOS or Linux, one curl command gets you set up. Windows users have PowerShell or CMD options. Then just CD into your project and run Claude. The VS Code extension gives you inline diffs, mentions to reference specific files, plan review before changes are applied, and conversation history. The Spark icon in the editor toolbar is your quick access point. You can extend Claude with Cloud. MD files for persistent project context. Skills for reusable workflows. MCP to connect external services. Sub-agents for isolated parallel tasks, and hooks for automation. Common workflows include understanding new code bases, fixing bugs efficiently, refactoring code, writing tests, creating pull requests, and handling documentation. Each has step-by-step patterns you can follow. Safety is built in. Every file edit is reversible with checkpoints. You control permissions with modes like default, auto-accept edits, plan mode for read-only analysis, and auto mode with background safety checks. Sessions are tied to directories, so you can run parallel Claude sessions using Git work trees. Each worktree gets its own isolated copy of the codebase, preventing conflicts between tasks. One thing to note, Claude Code requires a Claude subscription or Anthropic console account for most services. The Terminal CLI and VS Code also support third-party providers like Amazon Bedrock or Google Vertex AI if you need that flexibility. Prompts.chat is the world's first social platform for AI prompts. It solves the problem of staring at a blank cursor, giving you instant access to over 1,500 community-tested prompts for ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and more. The core value here is simple. Stop writing prompts from scratch. You get a curated library where every prompt has been refined by the community through voting and change requests, similar to pull requests on GitHub. What sets this apart is the data backing it. The project hosts the most popular dataset on Hugging Face with over 9 6K likes and 6K rows of high-quality prompt data, all under a CC0 license. For developers, the architecture is built for extensibility. It supports semantic search powered by AI, version control for prompts, and even an MCP server integration for advanced workflows. Deployment is straightforward. You can self-host your own white-labeled instance using Docker or npm. The setup wizard lets you customize branding, themes, and authentication providers like GitHub or Google OAuth. They've also thought about education. There's a gamified kids version called Promi that teaches children aged 8 to 14 how to interact with AI through interactive adventures. One limitation to note, while the public instance is free, self-hosting requires you to manage your own PostgreSQL database and environment variables. It's not a one-click Vercel deploy for the full feature set. If you're building AI tools or just want to improve your prompt engineering game, this repo with 156K stars is worth a look. It's rare to find a project that combines a useful product with such a massive open dataset. That's all for today's show. See you tomorrow.